When a woman realizes you're no longer interested, something powerful happens within her. It is not always about heartbreak. It is about ego, control, and curiosity. Women are highly intuitive. They can sense emotional detachment even before you say a word. The tone of your voice changes, your attention fades, and suddenly, your presence no longer feels like it used to. This shift triggers a wave of emotions that can range from confusion and insecurity to desire and regret. Ironically, the moment a man pulls back, that is often when a woman starts to reflect on what she took for granted. Your lack of interest forces her to confront her own behavior, her attachment, and her perception of you. In this video, we will explore how women react when they sense you have emotionally checked out and what each reaction truly reveals about their psychology. 1. Confusion turns into curiosity. The first thing a woman experiences when she realizes you have lost interest is confusion. She begins to sense a shift in your energy. Your texts slow down, your voice lacks enthusiasm, and your attention seems scattered. Women are naturally intuitive, but they often seek validation through connection. So when that emotional connection starts fading, her mind immediately starts to analyze what went wrong. She replays old conversations, checks your social media, and tries to recall if she said or did something that triggered the change. This confusion quickly turns into curiosity. She might start testing you, sending a random message to see how fast you reply, or trying to mention things that once made you laugh just to measure your response. Her curiosity is her ego searching for answers. She wants to understand why your attention drifted away and, most importantly, if it can be regained. What she does not realize is that your detachment has already changed the dynamic. The moment she starts chasing clarity, the power dynamic shifts in your favor. You are no longer the one seeking validation. She is. This makes her feel unsettled, and that discomfort begins to consume her thoughts. During this phase, many women will not directly confront you. Instead, they will subtly observe you, your habits, your tone, and your interactions. They might act normal on the surface, but deep down, they are analyzing everything. Curiosity leads to obsession, especially when the silence grows louder than any explanation. This is where a man must remain composed. Do not rush to explain your distance or justify your behavior. Let her curiosity work in your favor. When a woman cannot read you, she becomes intrigued. The more mysterious your energy becomes, the more she feels drawn back, not because of love, but because she is driven by the urge to understand what she has lost. 2. Ego kicks in. Once her confusion turns into curiosity, the next stage hits even harder. Her ego steps in. At this point, she begins to feel insulted that you, the man who once seemed so invested, have suddenly pulled away. It is not always about missing you, it is about the bruised pride that comes from losing your attention. Women, like men, crave emotional validation. Your interest once gave her a sense of power, and when that power is gone, it shakes her confidence. You will notice subtle changes in her behavior. She may start posting more attractive pictures online, dressing differently, or engaging in attention seeking behavior that indirectly targets you. Her goal is to reclaim your gaze, to make you notice her again without having to chase. It is not love that motivates these actions, it is ego preservation. She wants to prove to herself that she is still desirable, still relevant in your world. Some women even go as far as pretending they have moved on, posting about new friends, fun nights, or even showing interest in other men. Deep down, however, this is her way of saying, "You do not get to forget me that easily." The ego hates losing control, especially over someone who once cared. But this is where men often make the mistake of giving back that control. If you respond to her sudden shift, liking her photos, replying faster, or seeking closure, you feed her ego. You confirm that she still has emotional influence over you. A stoic man understands that silence and composure are stronger than any words. When her ego fails to get the reaction she expects, it starts to crumble. She begins to realize that your disinterest is not a temporary mood, it is genuine detachment. That realization threatens her sense of power, and suddenly, she is the one overthinking, wondering if she underestimated your worth. And when that happens, she starts to chase, not out of love, but out of fear of losing control over the story she once dominated. 3. Emotional reversal begins. Once her ego is bruised and her attempts to regain control fail, something deeper begins to unfold, an emotional reversal. The same woman who once seemed distant, cold, or uninterested suddenly becomes emotionally reactive. She begins to feel the weight of what she has lost. This is where the mind starts to play tricks, convincing her that maybe she made a mistake by taking you for granted. At this point, her emotions shift from pride to vulnerability. She starts missing the way you used to care, the way you listened, and the comfort of your attention. What was once ordinary now feels irreplaceable. You will notice her energy change. She may start reaching out more often, initiating small talk, or using excuses to reconnect. Hey, I just saw something that reminded me of you, or I still have your hoodie, do you want it back? These are not coincidences. They are emotional checkpoints. The reversal happens because emotional detachment from a man forces a woman to self-reflect. When she feels your absence, it exposes her attachment patterns. If she had power over you before, she now realizes that it was temporary. Your withdrawal dismantles the illusion of control she once had. And ironically, that loss of control is what reignites her emotional investment. This is where a man's mindset matters most. Many men rush back when they see signs of interest again, but that ruins the shift. You must remain grounded, balanced, and emotionally calm. Let her emotions rise without you fueling them. Remember, true strength is silent. When she feels you no longer need her validation, she begins to crave yours. Her emotional reversal may also come with unexpected kindness, compliments, empathy, or attempts to make things right. But these are not necessarily signs of deep love. They are her subconscious attempts to restore balance. What she is really trying to do is ease the discomfort of realizing she lost something valuable. The moment you stay unmoved during her emotional reversal, she begins to see you in a new light, mysterious, strong, and independent. And that combination makes her want you more than before. 4. The chase instinct awakens. Once her emotions start to spiral and the realization of your detachment truly sinks in, her natural chase instinct begins to awaken. This instinct is not just psychological, it's deeply biological. Women are wired to value what seems scarce and unattainable. When a man pulls back, he unknowingly activates a primal desire in her to regain what she has lost. The same way men chase mystery, women chase emotional certainty. And when that certainty disappears, it triggers pursuit. You will notice her becoming more proactive. Suddenly, she is the one initiating conversations, trying to rekindle the spark through humor, nostalgia, or even subtle flirting. She might mention old memories to stir your emotions or casually suggest meeting up. Every message she sends now carries hidden meaning. What she truly wants is not just your presence, it's your attention, your validation, and the emotional reassurance that she still matters. But here's the paradox. The more she chases, the less she understands why she is doing it. Her mind tells her it is about you, but subconsciously, it is about the need to restore balance within herself. Your absence created a void, and now she's chasing you to fill it. What she does not realize is that this very chase gives you the psychological upper hand. This stage is where many women drop their guard. The same pride that once made her act cold now fades away. You may notice her being softer, more patient, and even vulnerable. She might admit things she never said before, how she misses you, how she has been thinking about you, or how she did not realize how much she cared until now. That vulnerability is a sign that her emotional walls have cracked. However, this is the moment where your response defines everything. If you rush in and show eagerness, the dynamic resets. She feels validated, her chase ends, and she withdraws again. But if you remain calm, steady, and non-reactive, her desire intensifies. Remember, attraction thrives on tension. When she feels that she is the one chasing your peace, not the other way around, that is when she starts to truly value your presence. Her pursuit becomes genuine, not out of ego, but out of deep emotional curiosity and longing. 5. Acceptance and regret. Eventually, after all the confusion, ego struggles, and emotional turbulence, a woman reaches the final stage: acceptance. This is when she truly grasps that your interest is gone for good. At first, this realization feels heavy. She may try to convince herself that she is fine, that she has moved on, or that losing you was no big deal. But deep inside, regret begins to settle in. It is not always regret over losing you as a person. It is regret over how she handled the connection. In this stage, her mind replays every little detail: the missed calls she ignored, the conversations she brushed off, the moments when you tried, but she did not respond. Now, those memories sting because she realizes how different things could have been if she had valued your effort earlier. This regret becomes her quiet punishment. She starts comparing every new interaction to what she had with you and feels an emptiness that new attention cannot fill. Acceptance is also the moment she sees you differently. The man she once took for granted now appears strong, composed, and unbothered. That calmness, your ability to walk away without resentment, creates a lasting impression. Whether she admits it or not, it makes her respect you more. A woman may not always return after realizing her mistake, but she will never forget the man who taught her what emotional strength looks like. This stage can also be bittersweet for you as a man. It is tempting to reach out when she finally expresses remorse. But Stoicism teaches us something powerful. Closure does not always come through conversation. Sometimes silence is the final lesson. Her acceptance is not just about losing you, it is about her recognizing your value too late. When you reach this stage, you must stay centered. You have already reclaimed your peace and emotional power. Let her acceptance be her growth, not your validation. Because the truth is, once a woman realizes she lost a man who stopped chasing her and started choosing peace, she will forever carry that memory. Not as pain, but as a quiet reminder of what happens when genuine love meets indifference. When a woman realizes you have lost interest, it sets off a chain reaction that reveals more about her emotions than words ever could. First comes confusion. She wonders what changed. Then ego steps in, pushing her to regain control. As her attempts fail, emotional reversal takes over, making her crave the very connection she once overlooked. Soon, her natural chase instinct awakens, and she starts pursuing what she once took for granted. And when all efforts fall short, acceptance and regret settle in, leaving her with one undeniable truth: you have become the man she can no longer easily reach. This entire process teaches a powerful lesson about emotional detachment. When you stop seeking validation and start valuing your peace, you shift the balance of attraction. Your silence speaks louder than any words. The man who learns to stay calm when others panic becomes unforgettable. Remember, true power is not in chasing love, but in mastering the art of walking away with self-respect intact. The moment you let go is often the moment she realizes your worth. And by then, it is usually too late. That is when she finally understands. The man who lost interest was the one she should have never taken for granted.